Okay, so I wasn't clear in my last video. I do apologize for that. Um, Daniel had taken issue with um what I had to say about Queen Charlotte and Jack Rabbit in the panel um on the TARDIS zone. So to give clarity to the general audience on who missed what was been transpiring, um Noel on his stream had, well, in the beginning, did his usual blah, blah, blah. Matrix Lord 212 is an F in this and a piece of this and is a no good son of a this. With a panel consisting of, I guess, problem being Queen Charlotte, Jack Rabbit, um, and some guy. Tom, I think. Was it Tom or Matt? I apologize. Anyway, they labeled it, let's talk about Shooty Gatwa's behavior. So, what started was, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Thin King had posted some pictures of Shooty Gatwa shirtless, wearing shorts, with the big bulge. And he said he's disgusted by Shooty Gatwa's appearance, and it's not being a role model. He's not being a role model. So then, when asked where he got the pictures from, there was some confusion because at first some people thought he got it from Bad Wolf Archive, but then he actually got it from this gay Tumblr where somebody was pretending to be an actor, but then the guy was really named Daniel, but not Daniel that we're talking about. So the panel went on to review the pictures, which were fake AI generated pictures that Shooty Gatwa never released because it wasn't his and it wasn't real. So it was basically not real. So they did a panel based off of fake AI generated images. So they go on to basically rip apart Shooty Gatwa really bad. And I'm watching this because, of course, I was bashed. So, Noel didn't mention my name, but he's basically talking about me. And then I was just appalled that this whole panel was in there about me, but whatever. So I was just really confused because usually this doesn't occur. Like, if you don't like an episode, okay, they review it and they say how bad the episode is, and they just do what they have to do, which is fine. I mean, I didn't like some episodes either, but Queen Charlotte goes on and on and on and on, basically off of the pictures, which are not real. Then she goes to throw her 2 cents in about trying to show the audience that Shooty Gatwa doesn't care about the fans or the show, and that he's rebelling, lashing out. He's done. Like, basically, he's done with Doctor Who, and this is him not giving a crap. And it's basically off of fake AI generated images from a gay Tumblr that isn't real, where that guy is making out with all the actors in AI generated images if you really look. So I found that this was disgusting because if you don't like the actor, that's fine. And you want to speculate about the actor, that's fine. But the whole panel and podcast or stream was based off of fake stuff. So now you go on, you say he didn't appear at the proms. Okay. But you omit, you leave out the fact that they shoot 10 months out of the year. They get 2 months off. And in those 2 months, he could go do other projects. And he's not bound to do Doctor Who 12 months out of the year. They all go and they do something else. You know, even the Doctor Who crew that they did the spin-off, okay? So Shooty is filming 2 movies, a music video, a play, and when the proms were taking place, he was in rehearsal for the play. He could not get out of it. Just like with the, I guess with the BAFTA, he's busy. Like, for him to not receive an award that he won, he's not there. So it's not that he don't give a shit. He's just not there. Like, he would be there for his own award. That shows you right there. But what also they didn't make a big deal about was the fact that they got Shooty, I guess on a lunch or whatever, to film a segment for Doctor Who for the proms where he's battling the maestro for a second time for the fans. And he did that. Just like they got him on a break to film, hey guys, check out the Christmas special, Joy of the World, whatever. He did that. He didn't have to do that. Now, if he didn't give a shit, he wouldn't film anything. So I was kind of upset because I felt that that was irresponsible on Noel's part to not do the research and basically trick the panel in there to basically embarrass themselves and embarrass the integrity and question their motives off of fake stuff. Because you failed to prove that Shooty Gatwa doesn't give a shit about Doctor Who because he was busy. And you have to understand that if the scripts are bad, it's not Shooty Gatwa. When Russell was approached about their concerns of Shooty Gatwa's being too emotional and crying all the time, Russell said, well, then he's going to do that more often. So Russell was telling him he's got to cry. Not Shooty Gatwa. Just like you want to come down on Shooty Gatwa that he's getting all these costumes. Shooty Gatwa was comfortable with one costume. He said it. And they said that Disney Plus gave them the money and wanted him to have different outfits. So they're like, okay, you're giving us all this money. All right. That's not Shooty Gatwa. Shooty Gatwa is directed as an actor in each episode. And they tell him how they want him to be. And if they want more emotion, less emotion. And he has to comply. So he's listening to them and portraying the Doctor. He's also adding nuances to it, but he's listening to the director and the writer and the showrunner. You understand? So the poor guy is getting ripped apart and massacred on the panel. And I had a problem with that. And it doesn't matter if you like him or not. This guy has gotten really horrible treatment, especially, say, from Mr. H Reviews, where he made a video that was like 74,000 views saying that Shooty was fired. He was smoking, he was doing inappropriate things with kids, and that's fucked up. You're just trying to destroy the guy's career. Like, if you don't like him, I understand that, but you guys are ganging up on him, and it's really, really disgusting and horrible. You're not, like, giving context to showing exactly why he's a horrible human being or an actor. You're really, like, bouncing off of fake shit. And if you gotta to create fake shit or use fake shit to prove your point. You didn't prove your point. So I was disgusted by the entire panel. I was disgusted by Jack Rabbit ripping apart people he doesn't know. And I'm like, who brought him up to be that way? That he's ripping apart fans that like Doctor Who. I'm talking about disgustingly ripping apart fans that like the show because, of course, his opinion is the only opinion. And if you don't agree with Jack Rabbit's opinion, then you shouldn't exist. See where I'm getting at? Like, this is getting to be really ridiculous where there is no open mindedness, there is no respect in the Whovian community. They're coming on here bashing people that like the show, which is fucked up. What did they do to Jackrabbit? Nothing. These people, so in other words, he's making enemies from people he never, ever encountered because they brainwashed him that way. You see, if you remember, problem being tricked Jackrabbit into ripping apart Russell T Davies, and then Russell T Davies cursed him out, and then he got all traumatized, and then he's going to be a writer, and then now he's blackballed where he can never get a goddamn job ever in the UK because he bashed the biggest writer in existence. So he got tricked and he got played and he didn't pay attention. So it's on him. I didn't do that to him. They did it to him. And they did it to him because they wanted content. Because immediately, problem being tweeted, immediately, problem being commented in the Instagram attacking Russell because it was all set up. They set the whole thing up. They knew how Russell would respond. They set it up. They set him up to fail. And then they wanted to do interviews with him because he's the fan that got cursed out by Russell T Davies. But it's his fault. His fault. His fault that he wasn't smart enough, he was stupid enough to fall for that. So now they made a hate monger. And over the years, he became filled with hate. And now, years later, he's bashing people and ripping people apart and saying he's embarrassed to be called a Whovian. That's, you know what, someone I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch a hate monger that is discriminatory or racist or sexist. I don't want to watch that person. That person's trash. And then Queen Charlotte, to do that, well, you're going on, like you left Noel to go on a reputable podcast, and you were reputable in the community until now, and now you're acting out of character and you're acting and saying all these disgusting things, and it's not true. So I felt she disrespected herself. And she's wrong. And then they all go on, and of course, problem being is just, problem being. I mean, saying the most biggest bullshit stuff there is about making accusations that Russell um, wanted shooting. That's why he got hired, and making accusations that he doesn't care about Doctor Who, and Noel doing the same thing, like maybe Russell's not a fan. Hello, Russell T Davies was one of the biggest fans. Same thing like Moffat and Chibnall, and this is why they're doing Doctor Who. And some of the greatest episodes of New Who came from Russell and Moffat. I don't like Chris Chibnall. That's another thing. Noel lied and said I like Chris Chibnall. Not one thing did I ever say I like Chris Chibnall. So anyway, I liked Jodie, but I don't like Chris Chibnall. But anyway, so that was a disgusting embarrassment of a live stream from pure hatred. And I reviewed that as if I would review anything Doctor Who or Doctor related. And I said my 2 cents. And I said, I'm going to look at this and treat them all equally, men and women. And I'm going to come down hard on all of them equally. And I wasn't going to be holding back, and I wasn't going to be, I was going to treat them all fairly. And I, first time ever, gave an opinion about Queen Charlotte, and people freaking lost their damn mind. And then I get the harassment and the bombardment of Noel threatening to be a pain in my ass and bully of every minute of every day of every week of every month until I apologize to his panel. And I said to Noel, fuck off. And I'm not giving an apology because I don't feel I have to apologize. I feel I haven't even said enough about those motherfuckers. So that's my stance. Not changing it for anyone. Shame on you for reviewing fake Who. Take care, bye for now.